once again everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your first time joining me here today. Hi, my name is Hannah. I make a lot of videos, a lot of different videos. It's varied here. But anyway, that's what I do. I've been trying really hard lately not to ramble in my intros, so I'm just gonna go ahead and jump into the video. So as you can tell from the title, this video is about a lady who came into the jewelry store that I work at, and she absolutely lost it. Like, she lost it. And once you hear kind of the background behind it, you'll understand. But let me just kind of get into the story before I start rambling on about stuff that doesn't matter. So basically, the way that this jewelry store operates is if someone brings in something for a repair, like to be sized, or if it's missing a stone, or basically if it needs anything done to it, that's referred to as a repair. So when a person's repair is finished, we usually give them a phone call and let them know, hey, this item is finished, because sometimes a person will bring in one thing and then a few days later they'll bring in another item. So if you call somebody, it's always best to read what is ready, and that is written on the outside of the little packet or little baggie or whatever you want to call it. It's like a paper pouch. So it'll be written on the outside, you know, what the item is and what was done to it. So it's always a great idea to tell the person on the phone, if you're talking to them or if you leave them a message, just say, hey, let's say an example, hey, your yellow gold emerald ring is done, you can pick it up, the repairs are done. And usually you'll give them an estimate and say, hey, it says that it's going to be about $40 or $60 or however much, I don't know. So you give them that information, and you know, they can ask any other question that they have, but that's usually what we say. So a couple weeks ago, I was working with two of my coworkers, and you know, we were just having a slow day, normal day, and this lady comes in and she says, hey, you know, I got a phone call that my repairs were ready. And I was like, yeah, sure. But then another lady came in and my other coworker was like, oh, don't worry, I can handle this, you can go and help that customer. So I was like, okay, well, if you don't mind, she'll help you and she'll get your stuff and we'll have you checked out and out the door. And she was like, okay, yeah, sure. And this lady was like a repeat customer, so we knew her. So anyway, I helped the lady that came in. She ended up buying some earrings, so that was really cool. That was my first sale that I made, which was really fun. But yeah, so I was helping this lady, and as I was checking her out, it was about 15 minutes after that other lady walked in, I was checking her out and I noticed that she still hasn't left. So I was like listening to what they were saying, and basically the lady was freaking out because my coworker had called her and she told her, she just said, hey, your repairs are ready. And this lady had several things that were brought in at different times that, you know, they weren't all ready. It was just one of the items. So that was the mistake that had been made, is that the person who had called, which I don't know who called, but the person who called, basically they forgot to say, hey, this item is ready. They just said, hey, your repairs are ready. So this lady came in expecting all of her items to be ready, and when my coworker was getting out the pouch that had her repairs that were ready in it, she poured them all out and said, here, you know, here's your stuff, because she had 2 or 3 things that were ready, which that should have been explained on the phone, but still, anyway. So, and then the lady looked at the stuff and she's like, yeah, all this stuff looks great, but where's my grandmother's ring? And so my coworker says, what ring? Which I don't think is the appropriate response to that. I probably would have said, oh, I'll go and check for you, or something like that. I wouldn't say what ring, especially when she said, you know, it's my grandmother's ring, just because I wouldn't want to alarm her and make her think, oh my gosh, they've lost this ring that's so important to me, you know? So the woman starts hysterically crying as soon as my coworker says, you know, what ring? So the lady starts hysterically crying, and the owner hears her from his office, because his office is really, really close to the sales floor. So he can hear from back there, because she's crying, bawling, like literally. So I'm standing there trying to check this lady out, but I'm seeing all of this unfold, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I hope that this lady doesn't think that we're nutcases here, because this lady is freaking out. So the owner comes out, and he talks the lady down, you know, explains to her what probably happened. Meanwhile, both of my coworkers are in the back trying to hunt down this ring, trying to figure out, oh my gosh, where's this woman's ring, because she's freaking out. So they finally track down the ring and tell the woman, hey, it's gonna be another week before the ring is done, because I guess there were some extensive repairs, or she brought it in after the other stuff or something like that. But basically they had to explain to the lady, you know, hey, our mistake, whoever called you, they didn't tell you which ones were ready, totally our bad, you know, we didn't mean to alarm you. And so then she started hysterically crying because she was so happy that we had found the ring. So that's the first like super crazy, like hysterical customer that I've ever encountered. I thought it was super crazy, you know, I mean, I understand that a ring is important to you, but it's just really strange that her first reaction was to start like bawling her eyes out immediately. I don't know. Thank you guys so much for joining me again today. Leave me a like if you like this video, comment down below, and subscribe, because I make new videos every Monday and Friday. Thank you guys once again so much for joining me today, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.